Welcome everyone today, and thank you for joining with us. So as you know, today's topic, is going to be about the smart manufacturer evolving with low-code applications. All right. So, myself, I'm working for Zoho Creator for almost a decade, and you can call me a low-code expert, if you will. And we have, a wonderful partner from Encap, the director, Abhishek Sharma, and Rabia Bajaj, who's also from the Encap. She's a local expert, and so Abhishek, I suppose he carries 16 years of experience and certifications from market leaders like Zoho, Microsoft, Dell, and Salesforce. He's also a technology functional leader with his ability to inspire through teamwork with a strong level of commitment. Okay, so yeah, and also I'll have a quick run about Rabia here as well. So she carries around 10 plus years of development experience. She has expertise working on platforms like Zoho and Salesforce, and she has been trusted advisor to many of our customers from different industry verticals who are seeking solutions for their business requirements. All right, so throughout the sessions, the attendees will be on mute, and we can take any questions you have on the questions panel towards your left-hand side. And also by the end of the session, we'll have a quick survey where we appreciate your feedback. All right. So I think, we'll start with a quick poll to try to understand, where you're actually from or where our attendees are actually from. So which business function do you actually belong to? Tribin, you can start the poll, or should I do it from my side? Okay, I think I'll just quickly go over to the poll section here. All right, so we'll wait for your votes, and then we'll dive into the session. Okay, we have around 13 votes so far. Okay, so I'll kind of share my screen once again, and we'll start with the session. All right, so the agenda for today's meeting would be the trends in the manufacturing industry, how the low code fits into the piece of this puzzle, GS engineering journey, and then we'll have the question and answers. So we'll also have our speakers explain about the use cases as well that you can relate to, in terms of your daily challenges that you face in terms of this IT industry for low code. All right, a bit of an introduction about ourselves. So we are from Zoho, and we have around 25 years of experience, right? And we have more than 60 plus million users, 9,000 employees, 3 divisions, and 45 plus applications across 190 plus countries, over 10 locations. I hope you can all hear me. Yeah. All right. So the platform that we offer in terms of low code would be Zoho Creator, which has been around the market for more than 15 years, 13K customers, 6 million applications, and we have more than 65 pre-built applications in our gallery with 500 plus connections and 7 million users and growing. So I would like to assure you first that this is definitely not a product pitch or a sales pitch. I will just dive right into the topic. So yeah, so where are manufacturing businesses of the future heading? We would like to understand whether they do have the right tools to achieve what they need and things like that. In terms of technology to enable their business. So in order for us to understand that, we'll have to dive into a bit of our research, and that's where Gartner's research comes into picture. So 57% of the manufacturing leaders feel their organization lacks skilled workers to support the smart manufacturing digitalization plans. And also, in the future, by 2025, the top 50 consumer goods manufacturers will have invested in a brand application using artificial intelligence, embedded technology in their product videos as a digital asset, or integrated innovation with IT and the research and development teams. And this is from Gartner, one of our leading, technology partners who does the R&D in this IT industries, if you will. And we have another industry leader who talks about this, and they say that over 60% of the companies with majority frontline employees seek a digital workplace for their centralized communication. 60% is a lot of number. Compared to the technology that we have out there in the market, we find that in particular with manufacturing industry, the trend remains with the traditional software. Right. So when it comes to the challenges, faced by the IT teams into the manufacturing business, uh, we can classify them into three broad categories, if you will. The first one being the managing, multiple disparate systems, in terms of support and maintenance of the existing application. They consume 70% of the IT's time and effort. Um, and also, in terms of security concerns, they need to be uh, very sure that, since we have a lot of cyber attacks, the severity of the attacks has been growing, day by day as the technology improves. So they need to be very concerned about the security as well. And then comes the upskilling. So new technologies require new skills, which are really very difficult and very expensive to find these days. So these challenges, are classified from our research and statistics, um, that says these are the major challenges that are faced by the IT teams who work under the manufacturing business. All right. So where does the priorities of these IT team, fall in terms of a manufacturing process? You can broadly classify them again in the circle. Um, we have the warehouse, inventory, service, distribution, procurement, and process. So this would be the complete structure or the in and out process of a manufacturing industry. And for these, enablement is where you'll have to provide a solution or a platform that helps them achieve these processes seamlessly, and also visibility, in terms of the data or analytics, to the stakeholders to give them a better output of what they need. All right. So in order for them to achieve that, you know, it's just not about the matter of just getting a software, that fixes all this requirement for them. They need to automate at scale. And as I mentioned earlier, we have the security and the governance, and then the communication and collaboration with all their employees, from the C-level people to the, final employees who actually work as skilled workers, right? So once again, Gartner came back with this idea of a smart factory building blocks, as they call it. Now it has three layers of information that actually, uh, you know, puts it in a nutshell, if you call it. Uh, we have the gray ones here, the outer circle. That gives them the overall picture of what they need. Finally, that we call that the strategy enablers, and then you have the technology enablers in order for them. So we need to understand this in terms of why we call this a smart factory building blocks. Uh, First of all, smart factory is a concept used in Industry 4.0 to describe the application of the modern technologies. Basically a cocktail of modern technologies to create something that's hyper flexible, self-adapting, and that is very flexible with your manufacturing capabilities. So you can classify them broadly within these circle that you see right here. All right. So the next step of the way, we need to understand why there is a need for custom applications in the market right now, and why 75% of the conventional software projects fail. We can very well say that because of the mounting cost, the complex customizations when you need to build something with the traditional softwares, even if you want to tweak it a little bit, you'll have to go a long way to hire a developer, or you'll have to find the appropriate person in order to work for that. There is a high maintenance cost and the rigid structure. And this bad boy right here, the rigid structure is my favorite part, because as far as I've worked with a lot of manufacturing industries down the line, what I understand is the systems that they used previously, right? So they'll have to compromise on their process of what they exactly need versus what the software offers them. So they can't improve or get beyond that scale of what their actual need is. Even then, they have their smart ideas to be implemented or incorporated into the system, right? So we'll have to understand how low code platform fits into this puzzle for their digital strategy, if you will. Sort of how it helps them to enable that smart factory enablement. So if you want to understand that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people here would already know what a low code platform is, but still, to give a bit of a touch up there, low code would be an easy way to develop an application with little or no coding. as well as offers you an easy to use interface that follows a visual application building approach to enable your business. So let's basically the business people build their own application that you need. So let's say if you have to build a quick survey form to a big inventory management application that you need, with a quick drag and drop interface, you could do that using a low code platform, and you don't need to be a technology expert or an IT personnel. You basically need to understand the logic behind the application, what you need, and what actually is your process and things like that, right? So this one is pretty much, when you look at it, it's all like codes. It's gibberish. You don't understand what you see here. Uh, this is the traditional, the conventional way of building simple, software or a form or something like that, versus how you transform to a low code is what you see here on the screen. This little GIF here uh, shows you how you can build a quick form or build a quick application using the drag and drop interface rather than the traditional or conventional code. So most of things in the low code would be a point and click sort of things that helps you to build the applications. You can build your own automation using blueprints. We have a lot of latest technologies that you can use simple language to actually do some math or calculation. Use your formulas. But as long as you're good with Excel, that's all you need to basically build an application using this drag and drop interface. And the next thing is the logic, right? So now, we were coming back again to that smart factory building blocks, as we call it, with the low code. As you can see, this is exactly the same one as before, but there are these highlighted areas in which the low code plays a major role or has a direct impact on the application of these strategies into your system. So you can see that more than 70% of what you need to achieve to become a smart factory is actually, something that you can do using your low code and enhance your manufacturing industry, basically. All right. So we'll have a quick poll again. Just try to understand, where you are with your low code journey, and we'll go from there. I'll just give it a couple of minutes of break, and we can just have a quick poll there.
So Raf, you can make me the presenter in the meantime. While Raf does that, hi everyone, this is Abhishek. I'm with Encaptechno, and I will be talking about our role in the journey. How is that we contribute in being a extended team of Zoho? And I will be sharing my screen and the kind of things that we have been doing as an extended team of Zoho. Raf, you ready? I think Raf is facing some
Yeah.
issues at his end. He's refreshing. Just bear with us for a moment.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. I think I'm all good now. It's just, work from home, yeah, has its own disadvantages, I suppose, with the internet and everything.
For sure.
Um,
Yep,
and
not an
thank
issue.
you for covering up. And well, I think, thank you, gentlemen and ladies, if you have, completed your polls. And I think it's time for the director of NCAP to take over the session. The rest of the session would be handled by Abhishek and Rabia from his team. And they would
Sure.
explain about, in-depth informations about the concepts of the manufacturing and so on. So over to you, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you. You need to make me the presenter so that I can share my screen. Thank you. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Raf, could you confirm?
Yes, Abhishek, you're all good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining this session with us. And I was talking about Encap. We have been in presence for more than a decade now. And we proudly say that we have been partners with Zoho for more than 6 years and working as their extended team. We specialize in development and implementation services. And we are happy to say that our success ratio is more than 98%. With our footprints in US, Canada, Australia, and India, we have more than 150 resources globally. We have helped customers from different segments such as small, medium, and large, and that too from different industry verticals. We basically help them move away from their legacy system and go digital. We carry experience of more than 20,000 hours, which includes in experience in configuring from single user to as good as 3,000 user systems. And with the we have been able to do that with the help of experienced and certified professionals. and we have 45 plus certified professionals on board with us. So, as we know that every business is unique, we help several businesses, organizations, streamline their structure by providing custom or we can say tailor-made solutions to them in order to enhance their capabilities and they get the best of their ROI. So what we say, we proudly say that we take care of you while you take care of your business. So now I'm going to do a quick comparison between traditional and low code, no code development. So you see at my on my screen that first and foremost thing one always looks at what are the resources that are going to be deployed. So if we look at the traditional development that if we take care of that, so there are two aspects. One is the web app development, other is the mobile app development. So here, if we look at the traditional development, so we have to deploy different type of people, different type of developers, because a web developer cannot take care of the mobile applications. So we have to spend time and resources and money in all that stuff. However, when we take a look at low code development or Zoho Creator specifically, there are citizen developers, they are professional developers and the beauty of this Zoho Creator is that while we are working on the web version, the mobile version is getting ready automatically. So you do not have to spend special time for it. So that the best part is that it saves us time. It saves us from the extensive coding thing. And since it is a pre-built platform, so there are a lot of ready-made design templates. And simply like Rolf was showing during his presentation, we can simply drag and drop the fields and use some logic to configure the things. However, where integrations or some custom work is required, that's where we come into picture as the experts. We do the things for you. We make things easy for you. And if we talk about the development cost, we know that if we are going with some kind of a traditional application, the typical rates we know it is from Gartner only, that in US it ranges from $100 to $175 an hour. Similarly, if we talk about Europe, the range is from $40 to $85. In Ukraine, it's like from 25 to $40. But here, the beauty is that things are pre-configured. All you need to do is you go for the uses that you need, and the monthly cost of the subscription is $25 per user per month. So it purely depends as what you're looking for. And if you want to use let's say 5 users in the beginning, you can pay for 5 users. And because profiles and these things will already be configured, so we all we need to do is the configuration, right? And when we talk about the multi-platform, that again, I like I mentioned in my first point, that we do not have to create the applications for different platforms. So they get ready, and we do not have to worry about the hosting as well because it is already on the cloud. Major concern comes when we talk about maintaining an application because every now and then technology is upgrading. So we need to keep on upgrading the technology if we are using a traditional application. However, with this thing in place, Zoho Creator in place, it is always easy to update and extend. And when we talk about the deployment process, we definitely, if we are talking about a traditional application, we would have to go back to the developer, talk to him that, boss, changes have been done. Now you need to deploy it, and we have to worry about the bugs, about the failures that's will come. However, with the beauty of this thing is we work on the sandbox and we can make things, live onto the production with just a click. So now I will be handing it over to my colleague, Rabia. She's going to talk about the case study, about a use case for the manufacturing company that we worked in the past. How is that we help them move from their traditional applications or the manual things that they were doing onto Zoho Creator, how it helped them, how it gave them the return on investment, things like that. Over to you, Rabia. Thank you. Okay, I think now it's Rabia's page, which is refreshing.
Let's just give her a minute.
While Rabia does that, we can run a poll in the meantime, we can ask questions, Raf, so that we can, address if the attendees have any particular questions, or they can share their questions, right? Yes, Rabin, I do.
We have a question. So, folks, both Ralph and Rabi are having some technical issues, but we have a few questions that has come up. Um, First one is from Troy Titus. Hey, hi, Troy. I'm not very familiar with manufacturing processes as I am the CRM or deluge developer at our company, but I would like to help the manufacturing team. What places in manufacturing can creator help with the most? So, Abhi, can you please take this question?
Sure. So, as we would definitely like to get deeper into it so that we want to understand what are the current applications that they are using. How is that we can help them transition from those particular applications and help them move on to this? Because if they want to use the current applications, then we would have to integrate the stuff, and if they want to completely move away from them, then also, I mean, there could be different cases, different scenarios in this particular manner. So we can definitely we would definitely want to speak with them, and if that's possible, we can take that up separately.
Okay, Troy has just given a follow-up question that, in my limited experience, manufacturing typically has very specialized software. Hence my question. Absolutely, Troy. That's true. But then the beauty of Creator as a platform is that it is a completely blank canvas. So anything that is custom to the processes that a particular organization is following, you will be able to build that on Creator on low code largely. So yeah, that's the basic answer to that one. Rabia, quick mic check.
And I do not have the controls even if I need to share my screen, because I passed it on to her. Can we get it back?
Hey Troy, definitely. We'll drop the coordinates at the end of the email in the session for you to get in touch with. So absolutely.
Hello.
Oh yeah, Rabia.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on.
No problem, no problem. That's okay. Can you share your screen now? Do you have that option?
Yes. Can you see my screen?
Awesome. It is popping up. Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Yep.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm so sorry,
No
everyone.
problem. No problem. All happens to the best. No worries.
Okay. So we can start with the use case. Apologies, everyone. And here we are now. So yes, the use case is related to the manufacturing case study. And we have implemented Zoho Creator for this particular client. The client name is JS Engineering, and they are into automotive tech transformation basically. So we've done this transformation on Zoho Creator. And when we started, they were only using 2 licenses, and now they are using more than 50 Zoho Creator licenses, and they have 500 external users as well. And they were able to achieve this ROI. Like there's this increase in the ROI, and the ROI is like 135%. So we did third-party integrations, advanced configurations, and custom functions. And in the coming slides, I'll just explain, right, how we were able to, or how customer was able to achieve this much ROI. So first of all, let's discuss about the challenges. So the first slide is, of course, the business challenges. So we'll just briefly talk about why they chose Creator, Zoho Creator. And they were using actually traditional systems, and traditional systems was, it's not the only system they were using. So they were using multiple systems. So for project management, they were using something else. For customers management, they were using something else. For the quotations thing, they were using like a desktop, a small UI screen. I don't know, customer was not at all happy with that. And for the shipping information, they were using a separate one. And since they are into manufacturing things, sometimes, if they need to design something, then they need to upload a lot of, a lot of, you can say, big or large files, let's say up to 50 GB or 25 GB, something like that, So they were using a separate maybe tool. For example, Dropbox they were using, okay, and on top of it there was no hierarchy set up, okay. So because the systems were not connected and they were not able to see like what's going on in the different systems. So that's the very first point. Client was using different applications and there was there was no hierarchy available. The other point is users were constantly missing out information, because yes, in every system you have to repeatedly enter the information, and nobody wants to enter that, enter that manually. So that's why this was another issue. Forecasting and visibility of ongoing and upcoming assignments. Of course, there was no a single way of communication, so that's why they were just communicating on emails, and they were using Slack, but again, it was not very effective tool, and people were constantly missing out information, and that's why there was no visibility. Also, there was no way to do the project management quality checks. I remember, what were they doing? For the quality checks, they were actually printing a lot of forms. Somebody was manually filling that form, and that's how they were doing all the quality checks instead of, using a proper system. Uh, and okay, so for the quotations part, client was using the desktop based system, and I have seen that system. It was very, the window was very small. It was not at all customizable. The UI was it was all mess. He showed me that system. So I mean, yeah, these were some of the business challenges, and the most important business challenge was because this particular customer is based out of United States, and they have a lot of freelancers, and they have a lot of freelancers from different regions, from different continents, so they were just communicating with them via emails, and there's no uh, you know, I think there's no portal. I mean, they were not using anything basically, so that they can. The reason they were not using any portal for the freelancers was because even their system was not sorted. They were only using like 5 to 6 platforms, and it was a total mess. So the customer was tech savvy, and he did some research. Then he came to us, and you know, uh, I mean, we basically created POCs for them, and we showcased like what are the capabilities of Zoho Creator, and he really liked it, and that's why customers switched to Zoho Creator, and here is the solution we have implemented for them. So we suggested the customer, first of all, we need to create the hierarchy. Okay, so we need to create everything in a hierarchy, and we need to create like parent-child relationships as well. So now they are able to first of all create customer, okay, customer and related contacts, and after that they are able to create the projects under that. So under projects, for every project they do the feasibility checks as well for with internal users. Once the feasibility check is complete, and then they proceed with the code generation part. And once the code is finalized, and after that they create a job on the job dashboard. And job dashboard is one such thing. They perform around 25 to 30 tasks from using that uh, job dashboard. And this time they are not printing the forms, and they're just inputting the data on creator forms, and that's how they are actually um, maybe able to see the reporting part and a lot of other things as well. So now the second option was, so we, along with this creator, my goal was to give them a better solution so that they can use the Zoho ecosystem. So with creator, so we gave them an option to use WorkDrive, and along with that, he was using DocuSign. So DocuSign was expensive, and we suggested them, we have this capability in Zoho, like we can use Zoho Sign. So this creator application is a combination of Zoho Creator, WorkDrive, as well as Zoho Sign. So yeah, customer, as I said earlier, like customer wanted to upload a lot of big files, AutoCAD files up to 50 GB. So this was his requirement. And so we just gave them a solution. There's a limitation of creator as well. So from creator, we cannot directly upload this much like big file. Okay. So from creator to WorkDrive, we can just upload approximately 20 MB file. So we implemented, a PHP page in between. So that PHP page is just transferring the big files from Creator to Work Drive, and we created the backlinking, okay, in Creator itself, so users don't need to access Work Drive separately. They can actually click on the link and access the files and so on. So this was the solution we implemented for them. Other than that, customer was using Kanbans and Jira for project management. So we created this Kanban boards in Zoho Creator, and we did some color combinations as well. Along with this, one good thing we created for them was its aging statistics. So we created a separate module for them. So basically, aging is we all know, like, we the customer wanted to know, like, for how long, a record is in a particular status, so that they can constantly improve their processes, so that they can constantly improve their operations and turnaround time, you can say. So this was the deal. So that's why we created, something. Yeah, we started with low code, but yes, we added some of the customization as well, because because client's system was very complex now. So created custom tool. So on this custom code tool, so this is not a simple code tool. So this is very dynamic tool, and it took us like 2 months, because everything over here in is like dynamic. There's nothing hard coded, and there's nothing hard coded, and yes, and there are layers in the coding tool. Basically, it's a module, and it's a combination of 5 to 6 modules. So there are line items, okay, there are groups, and under each group there are line items, and there are several layers. We created some XOR groups, and we have some basic database as well, just to create these kind of codes. Okay, so yeah, and once the code is finalized, customer can just click on a link and create the professional PDF for the quotation, and he or she can send it to the customer. But there's one thing. So let's say I am the user, okay, and I'm not the senior person. Firstly, we have created like the approval process as well. So once a senior management member is approving the code, okay, then only it is actually going to the customer from Creator. So this is the solution we have implemented for them. Now, operational excellence. So, what were the results basically? So, with Zoho Creator, of course, they were able to use new and customizable UI. As we all know that, in Creator we can do some fancy things as well. We can implement some like HTML. We can change the look and feel of the platform as well. So, we did it the similar way for them as well, so that they can feel more comfortable, and they can, the platform should be user friendly for them. And along with that, there's the best thing was there was like increase in the local and global operations and activities, and because they were able to focus on the business only, okay, and everything is streamlined under one umbrella. Proper hierarchy is set, people are getting notifications, everything is proper. Moreover, all the internal and external users are under one umbrella, and the communication was fast, so nothing is going on emails. People are not finding different information from different places. Everything is under one platform. So this was the beauty of this platform. So yeah, and they really loved this feature. Zoho helped cut down cost by 55%, incurred by like third party applications, as I explained earlier as well. So they were using DocuSign, they were using Dropbox, so they were using Sage as well. So some of the functionality in Sage, so we were able to complete certain functionality in that. So now customer is using SAP, so even they want to move from SAP to Zoho Creator. So he's just thinking that much. So they just want to completely switch to Zoho Creator for that. And another thing is, no sensitive information is going out without approvals. We have implemented certain approval processes for visibilities, for quotations, and everything. So yes, that's the plus part. And quick deal closures, yeah, because internal users are giving information to external users, and they are able to close their deals in their regions, in their continents, real quickly, and they are just focused on their business right now. So these were the results, and in the first slide, I just showcased that they were able to see the increase in the ROI by 135%. So with these many results in place, of course, client was very happy, and that's why client suggested or client gave us that number, that yes, this was the ROI number. I just want to quickly talk about why Zoho Creator. There are some features I'll just quickly, explain. So first of all, faster implementation. Okay, faster implementation. Of course, we all know that that's a low code platform. We can just create a form, drag and drop all the fields, and we can quickly start saving the data and so on. And there are a lot of we have like Zoho Creator Marketplace as well. So if somebody wants to install any application from there and want to utilize that, so this is another benefit of using Zoho Creator. Other thing is user friendly interface. So if I'm the developer and I want to create an application, I'll definitely start with the web interface, okay, of course. And once the application is ready, I can always access it on mobile devices, tabs and so on, because it's definitely user friendly. Scalable solution is basically, anytime customer wants to extend the functionality, we have the option, we can customize the tool, we can add more functionalities, and we have sandbox available in Zoho Creator as well, so developer can start working on sandbox, and further we can deploy the changes once the testing is done. That's how we can do it. Developer friendly. So yes, that's a relief for me as well. So being a developer, every time I do not need to write code for every form, every field, every email notification, I can just use the drag and drop functionality, and I can create workflows, I can create blueprints in Creator, and I can create like fancy dashboards, and I can create reports as well. So, and there's a lot I can do, you know hide and show fields and so on. So it's definitely developer friendly. And enterprise grade security is the next point. So yes, Zoho Creator is HIPAA clients compliance approved. Another thing is, we use if user want to add some security on his account, then uh, you know uh, probably while logging in, he can set up the OTP, and he can connect the Zoho Creator account with Gmail or Outlook. And probably two-factor authentication is another thing, customer can use. So yeah, various security features we have in Zoho Creator. Next is optimize inventory. So yeah, we can optimize. So we have certain fields basically, like we have a AI facilitated feature prediction field we have. So we can definitely optimize the inventory, and it'll actually predict certain pointers for you. Another thing we have is automate stock taking. So as you all know, if somebody is using Zoho Creator, we can actually convert a particular field, and we can enable the QR and barcode scanner as well. So if we are like scanning something, we can like scan the barcodes and so on. It will give us the proper information about the shipping and so on. And in manufacturing, I mean, I believe it's very useful feature. So yeah. So actionable insights is another thing. So we can create fancy dashboards and reports as well. So dashboards, in the form of pie charts, in the form of bar charts, we can create reports in the form of calendar view as well. So it definitely depends, what kind of reports and dashboards customer is looking for. So yes, we have several options for this as well, and we can add widgets. We can create widgets in a creator. So this was another benefit. And again, why usually people go with Zoho Creator. I believe this is the beauty of Zoho Creator. We have the customer experience, so we can always create self-service portals. So, I mean, if somebody has like customers and vendors and suppliers, everybody, are under one umbrella. And I think, customer can run a business in a very automated way, and the manual work is almost finished over here, once this thing is implemented. And yeah, and people can see the information, and we can always set up the permissions and so on. Admin can control what the customer can see, what the vendor can see, what the supplier can see, and so on. So we have this uh, ability, like we can implement these kind of portals. And next is real-time alerts. Real-time alerts, I mean, yes, we have two type of alerts, you can say, email notifications and SMS notifications. So email notifications, we can actually create workflows for that. We can create blueprints for that, and we can generate, we can uh, create like instant action like email notification and so on. For SMS, if somebody wants to send out SMS to their customers and so on, then we have to configure SMS gateway post like Twilio, Ring Central, Clickitel, and there are so many in the market, and they are integrated with Zoho Creator as well. So yeah, customer can choose anyone, and we can start sending SMS to the recipients through workflows as well as through deluge as well. Next and the last one is white label branding. So yes, we can use the custom domain as well. So let's say I have the website like www.abc.com, then yes, I can just use my domain. So I can give my customer a better user experience that they are using just uh, you know my business system only, and nothing is just going out and so on. Yeah. So rebranding is always the option. So yes, uh, that's all the benefits,
Yeah,
and that's from my side. Thank you so much.
yeah, Rabia, and I think you can. Thank you for the wonderful explanation about your experience. I think I will let you hold on to the presenter thing and drive the slides because we just have a few. So you can still share your screen and just help me with that part of it. So yeah, so we'll go on with question and answer sessions
Mhm,
for now, and we'll take any questions the audience might have in terms of what that comes up to their mind in terms of like whether you have that or this, whether you can do this or that, and things like that. So one question I think was about
mhm.
an API functionality. I mean, sorry, about an integration with the other platforms. What are the means of integration with Zoho Creator and the other platforms that we have? So I'll let you answer that since you're the expert in terms of hands-on
Mm,
experience.
let us see that question over here. Sorry, this is the question.
Yeah, that's from Chris. He's asking what third-party programs can be integrated with Zoho
So
Creator.
I believe,
So
as long as a lot of third-party applications we can integrate, so it's not like that. So we have the APIs available. As long as, third-party application is offering the APIs, then yes, we can just, perform that integration task. So that's not an issue. We can just do. However, being a developer, if you're giving me a task, I would like to analyze each and everything first, and we need to have a detailed discussion about it. And if third party application is not offering anything like the APIs and so on, then yeah, we cannot really do anything in that case.
well, it's good that you brought up this point because I've been working with one of the leading
Hmm.
cement providers in India, and they had the system which is
Hmm.
like a very old system, and they don't have the API functionality. But fortunately, what we came up with is a bridging software, like a
Hmm.
migration tool that we offer. Right now, I think we have that in JavaScript. We just have to run that on the computer. They're able to extract that file to a particular file
Hmm.
path, within their server. So basically, we just sort of run that file migration tool, and using a
Hmm.
scheduler, Windows scheduler. So every day, midnight at 12, software runs and uploads all the files through API. It converts the files in a
Hmm.
CSV format in a folder in your computer, and it pushes into Zoho Creator. And that's how they integrated the system that had no
Yes, so there's
connectivity
no
to the
direct
internet.
connectivity,
So
so
yeah,
you are actually coming up with a workaround. Yes, right? Yes. Yeah, yeah,
workaround,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely right. So I was just trying to say that I understand where you're coming from when you ask me the question. Like you need to understand more because there's always a
Absolutely. That's why
solution.
I said
When
I
it
need
comes
to
to Creator.
analyze first.
Uh,
Yeah,
Absolutely right. Perfect. I think we have another one. So the question is, how safe is my data, in Zoho Creator?
sure.
So I think I can pick this up. Uh, So Zoho Creator in general is compliant to a lot of security policies. We are compliant to ISO 27001, SOC 2 Type 2, GDPR, and a couple of other standards that pertains to the California laws of security, data security, cloud security, and a lot of compliance is basically that's listed out on our website. So the best part of it is GDPR. Most of the platforms that offers or falls under the category of GDPR compliance, they just offer it only to the industries of the European market. Unlike in Zoho Creator, we provide the same standard across all the data centers or across the globe. So your data is definitely 100% safe with us. I would say 99.9 as fail safe, but it's definitely safe with us, and we have not any reported breaches or anything like that so far. So it's all good. Your data is pretty secure with us. We are very much up to the mark with the industry standard of security and compliances for data. So are we picking up any questions, Tribin? Any other questions from the audience? Okay, we have one more, I suppose. How does the reporting work out from within Creator? Okay, so how does the reporting work out from within Creator? So I suppose it's a bit of a generic question. I might need to have a bit of context there. But in general, I suppose Creator gives you the functionality to create basically a pivot chart or a pivot table or any type of reporting you want. If not, if you need a custom report, we have the functionality to do that with a high-end coding as well. So as long as you store the information through a form, that's why you give or feed the application the input. Based on that data that we have there, you can create simple reports or graphical reports with the point and click options. And also, I see a question popping up there from Stephen. Hey, Stephen, I see you have a question there whether you can show any applications that you have in hand. But I suppose Tribin has answered that. But Tribin, I can probably Rabia, since you have some experience already working with these industries, maybe we can get some screenshots of things without the customer's
Sure.
information to share it with Stephen. So
Okay.
that will help him probably. Stephen, hope that works for you. Okay, and also what you see on the screen is a product workshop to redefine your manufacturing business with low code, and you have a link in chat. So that's on 28th of October 2021, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Feel free to register there as well, and there you'll have probably a better example in terms of the screenshot. We'll try to accommodate that as well. All right. So I think it's time, and then we'll wrap up this session for now. Thank you everyone for joining today, and it's been a wonderful time talking with you, Abhishek and Rabia. It's a pleasure as always.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.